Okay, what motivated me to pursue higher education while I was incarcerated was that I had prior education experience with college and stuff. While I was in prison, I decided to further my education because it has been something that I've been trying to do since like 2010. A friend of mine was working on her homework and encouraged me to do the same, to sign up for THEI, and go from there. I'm going to Nashville State to get my associate's degree. I'm about halfway there, and I'm majoring in psychology. My experience with going to college in prison, it shaped my mindset dramatically by giving me a healthy place to grow, I guess. But it gave me a community to have. I had friends who, also attended Nashville State. It put me in a better place mentally because being in prison is a dark time. There's not a lot of joy there, and going to class gave me a sense of purpose. It gave me something to work towards. It wasn't just the same thing every day. It just gave me something, a goal to work toward, and yeah, it did wonders for my mental health. The first challenges that I faced, my biggest challenges that I faced coming home, I would say would be just getting reacclimated to being home, to everything that's happened since I've been gone. I think the biggest struggles, though, is just navigating to where to places to go, but speaking in the sense of like transitioning from prison, like education wise or whatever, it was pretty smooth because THEI made sure of that. Like they made sure that I had what I needed when to go back to school. They helped me navigate that whole thing. The biggest struggles now is really just trying to balance everything, though. I became a resident at Doochin House because I needed structure. I wanted to be surrounded by people who are like-minded, which everybody there at Doochin House is enrolled in school, so we kind of bounce ideas off of each other a lot. It's a really nice place to live. I was a little hesitant, a little apprehensive at first about going to THEI housing because I've been to a couple halfway houses in the past, and they were extremely strict. So when I got here, I was like, "Oh, okay. Is it okay if I have lunch?" And he just was like, "Yeah, absolutely. We just got to sign some papers," But that little bit of trust he gave me that day, he has no idea like how far that really went. Because I was expecting to have to fill out a form, be approved, call whatever, but it wasn't like that, and I appreciated that so much. Like is something that it really resonated with me, was that, coming from a place where nobody trusts you whatsoever, like the staff are actually encouraged to not trust you or believe you or anything you say, and then as soon as I walk out, I get to this wonderful, beautiful home. I'm going to go to lunch, and this man that is my housing director gives me this little bit of trust, and I I would do anything in the world to make sure I keep that trust intact, because it meant so much. Like, they just want good things for us. I just love it. Yeah, no, it was Sean. Yeah, Sean gave me, like I said, he just gave me that little bit of trust, and that little bit of trust went so far. Like, I wouldn't do anything to break that trust, because a moment that I recall that living at Doochin House that was special. Let's see. My roommate Alicia is amazing. When I first got there, she tried to help me with navigating the bus line and doing all that, and she just really went above and beyond to make me feel welcome. That was, I don't know if that's just like one moment, but when Adrian and Maya picked me up from prison, though, when I got back in the back seat, I had a dozen of bouquet of flowers, roses, and a card that says "Welcome Home." And I just knew right then that I had made the best decision that I could have made as far as coming into transitional housing, because at first I was on the fence. I was like, oh, because I'd heard good things about TPOM, and then there was this option, so I was like, okay. And so I just wasn't sure, but literally I am so thankful that I chose THEI. Some challenges that I faced as a female coming back into society, I think mostly would be I come out overweight. I don't know if that's spoke about a lot, but it happens. I'm definitely overweight, and I don't care for where I'm at as far as that goes. Like, I have a lot to do as far as working on my self-esteem. That's going to take some getting back to. It's not always been great either, but being in prison, you can't really care for yourself like you can out here, and it's just, you put on weight, you don't get to wear a lot of makeup, it's just it. So that's my biggest struggle, is falling in love with myself again. THEI has been amazing. Like, when I needed scrubs for work, I just mentioned it, I just needed, if somebody knew of a sale on scrubs or something. Well, I come home from work and I had a gift card for Fabletics on my bed, she's like, go get you some scrubs. So, my needs have been met. Like, my expectations have just been, they've done wonderful. Like, I brag on THEI to everybody. I'll get in the Uber, I'll be telling them about THEI. They just do such good things. Like, I wish I'd had this opportunity years ago. I would have made something completely different of my life other than a mess. But yeah, I'm just thankful for this opportunity. I'm blessed to be here. I'm at a loss for words of how wonderful it feels to be free. And I have this whole organization behind me that wants me to do well, and I've never had that. So I can say, like, wholeheartedly, I'm super, super thankful for that. Because I sure don't know where I would be if I didn't have that support, And I feel like this second chance that I'm getting is my opportunity to really show people that people can change, and people can make something out of themselves if they're given the opportunity to do that. Like, it's just that our odds are stacked against us, being justice impacted and, coming out with nothing, it's just, and to want better, it's just really a perseverance thing, and I'm excited for my future. For the first time in probably my whole life, I have a sense of purpose. I get up every day and do things that need to be done, and get to do things that I never got to do. And it really, truly is thanks to THEI. Okay, so a month of encouraging others, second chance month. To me, that means a whole lot. I wish we had 12 other months of second chance months. People would just, I don't know, I think people underestimate the power of their words and their actions, because if, man, some days, like, it may just be just a little bit of encouragement to keep somebody going, It means a lot when somebody says, hey, you're doing a good job, keep up the good work. It gives you something, it gives you a little bit of motivation, like a little bit of pride, make you puff out your chest. It feels good to have that kind of support. And I know I wouldn't be anywhere if I didn't have a second chance. So I think people should be more open-minded to doing that. Mistakes are mistakes. Well, I would want employers and society as a whole to know, about women going back into the community, or justice impacted people in general going back into the community, that most of us are the hardest working people that you'll find. Most of us would go out of our way to keep from disappointing people, because that's been the norm, for our lives. And giving somebody a chance to really change your mind about how you feel, as far as like, oh, everybody goes to jail is a bad person. Like, if you just give somebody a little bit of grace, that can go a long way. I know a lot of people who are, just unconditionally loyal to their employers, because, they gave them a chance at a time when nobody would, and I just would say to try not to judge people. We all mess up. Some of us just don't do it in front of the police. I think with people's environment, some options and a little bit of support, people can do great things. We just have to be given the chance.